everyone stand? You may be seated. Chuck, both of you and Kelly have come to me signifying your desire to be formally united in marriage and being assured that no legal, moral, or religious barriers hinder this union. I want to ask you now to join your hands and to answer the following questions. Chuck, in taking the woman whom you hold by the right hand to be your lawful and wedded wife, I charge you by the living God, who is judge of all, to promise to love and cherish her, to love and sustain her, in sickness as in health, in poverty as in good that may light your ways, and to be true to her in all things until death alone shall separate you. Do you so promise? Kelly, in taking the man whom you hold by the right hand to be your lawful and wedded husband, I charge you by the living God, who is judge of all, to promise to love and cherish him, to honor and sustain him in sickness as in health, in poverty as in good that may light your ways, and to be true to him in all things until death alone shall separate you. Do you so promise? In 1 Corinthians 13, Paul gives us the definition of love. He says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I have become sounding brass or a clanging cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, but have not love, it profits me nothing. Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself, is not puffed up. Love does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. Love, as God defines it, as much more than an action, or much more an action than an emotion. The world says when the feeling stops, the love is over. And that kind of love does nothing but create serial monogamy, but it's not the love of the Bible, as we have just seen. Divine love is an act of selfless sacrifice. When you love in that way, you'll do what is needed without counting the cost or without analyzing the need's merit. And your love will continue to meet the need no matter if it's received or rejected or appreciated or resented. The husband who loves his wife as Christ loves the church will give up everything he has for his wife, including his life, if necessary. He will die to self. Someone once said this about dying to self. He said, when you are forgotten or neglected or purposely set at naught, and you don't sting and hurt with the insult or the oversight, but your heart is happy, being counted worthy to suffer for Christ, that is dying to self. When your good is evil spoken of, and when your wishes are crossed, your advice disregarded, your opinions ridiculed, and you refuse to let anger rise in your heart, or even defend yourself, but take it all in patient, loving silence, that is dying to self. When you lovingly and patiently bear any disorder, any irregularity, impunctuality, or any annoyance, when you stand face to face with waste, folly, extravagance, spiritual insensibility, and endure it as Jesus endured, that is dying to self. When you are content with any food, any offering, any climate, any society, any raiment, any interruption by the will of God, that is dying to self. When you never care to refer to yourself in conversation or to record your own good works or itch after commendations, when you can truly love to be unknown, that is dying to self. When you can see your brother prosper and have his needs met, and can honestly rejoice with him in spirit and feel no envy nor question God, while your own needs are far greater and in desperate circumstances, that is dying to self. When you can receive correction and reproof from one of less stature than yourself, and can humbly submit inwardly as well as outwardly, finding no rebellion or resentment rising within your heart, that is dying to self. Chuck, repeat after me. I, Chuck, in taking Kelly to be my wedded wife, promise to love her as Christ loved the church. I promise to suffer long, to be kind. I promise not to envy or parade myself or be puffed up. I promise not to behave rudely, not to seek my own, be provoked, or think evil. I promise not to rejoice in iniquity, but to rejoice in the truth. I promise to bear all things, believe all things, hope all things, and endure